Today's big show is on characteristics of lifelong learners. When were you at your best? When I asked myself that question, was it in 2012 when I was Urbandale Community Schools Educator of the Year? Was it 2 years later when I was Iowa Teacher of the Year finalist? Well, the problem with both of these answers is that means for the last decade then my students would have gotten something less than my best. Rather, I'm going to encourage you to approach this from an idea of continual improvement, which requires you to adopt and develop a philosophy of lifelong learning. Lifelong learning is the ongoing, voluntary, and self-motivated pursuit of knowledge for either personal or professional reasons. It is important for an individual's competitiveness and employability, but also enhances social inclusion, active citizenship, and personal development. The lifelong learning has 7 characteristics, which I'll call the Magnificent 7. Growth mindset, metacognition, accept personal responsibility, remaining focused, reading is fundamental, willingness to stretch, and goal-oriented. So we'll start with growth mindset. Understand that your talents can be developed through hard work, good strategies, and help from others. Don't embrace a fixed mindset where you believe you're either good at it or you're not. Understand that you can learn to do anything. Look, you may not be great. You may not even be particularly good at lots of things, but you can get better. You may never be the world's greatest guitar player, but you can learn basic chords. You can do that. You can get better. Focus more on learning than just getting done. It's that process of learning that is important. Reflect on both the successes and the failures and learn from both, not just when things go well, but when things don't go well. Ask for support. Life is hard. You don't have to do it alone. Needing help and asking for it is not a sign of weakness. Create solutions, not just struggle with challenges. Embrace the process. Emphasize the steps that lead to a result, not the result itself. Learn to improve, not achieve. Learn to improve, not just achieve. It's okay to achieve, but got to get better. Your favorite college football team. You could be having a great season. You might even play for your conference championship, and you'll go to a great bowl game. And before the season's over, you're worried about, well, what about next year? Don't worry about getting better. You can achieve things too, but the focus needs to be on improvement. But don't confuse movement with progress. You can ride your little hobby horse, and you're going to be moving. You're going to be going back and forth, but you're not getting anywhere. You're not making any progress. Don't confuse movement with progress. Metacognition is an awareness of one's own thought process and understanding the patterns behind them. You are thinking about your thinking. Why do you hold those opinions? Why do you believe what you do? Why do you say the things that you do? Reflect on that. Think about your behavior. Accept personal responsibility. Admit the struggle. Get an accurate picture of where you really are and what you are really struggling with. Is it what you value? Is it your too much freedom? Do you struggle with self-control? Do you lack wisdom? Wisdom is something that isn't something you get. It's something that you accumulate over time. Are you making progress to that? Personal responsibility helps you do that. And when people hide from obligation, it's because they believe the lie that real happiness is found apart from responsibility. But it's not. Real happiness, joy, is found in responsibility, not apart from it. Remain focused. Keep the main thing the main thing. In so many classrooms I've been in, teachers struggle with this. They struggle keeping the main thing the main thing. And the main thing in any classroom should be the same: student learning. It's not attendance. It's not some behavior. It's not some test. They can be components of student learning, but it's student learning that is the issue. It should be the main thing. Remain focused even when others want to distract you, and they will, for their own reasons. Doesn't matter. You need to be focused. Read daily. You know, if you read 20 pages of a book daily, you will read 20 to 30 books a year. Most students, according to research, read less than 15 minutes per day, but actually that number is less than like 5 minutes. They just don't read. You should read every day. The benefits of reading daily include increasing brain connectivity, increased vocabulary and comprehension, empowers you to empathize with other people, you reduce stress. Goodness gracious, in a world that's overcome with stress, so many students dealing with stress and anxiety, and yet we don't ask kids to read. And you prevent cognitive decline as you age. And I know young people aren't worried about some potential cognitive decline as they age. But the time to develop the habit of reading daily is now. Seek out and read a wide variety of texts. If you like graphic novels, read graphic novels. And read nonfiction, read biographies. Read great literature, read science fiction. Read a wide variety of texts. Under willingness to stretch, we're talking about getting rid of the fear. And fear is that false evidence appearing real. You think you believe something, it isn't. You don't really have evidence, it's false evidence, and you think it's real. Stop overthinking, work with the fear, not against it. I want you to be a thinker, but not an overthinker. Reframe the fear into an equally intense emotion. You lean into it and allow it to motivate you, not shrink you. Everyone has that anxiety and trepidation before some big test or some big event. It's okay. Lean into it. You know, I've had the opportunity to address graduating classes, give a talk at a commencement address, and there are a few hundred graduates, and there's a few thousand people there when you count parents and family and things. Anyone would be nervous with that. That's okay. Lean into it. Allow it to motivate you and not make you give up. Take action. Bridge the unknown gap with one small step. Hey, how do you eat an elephant? Well, one bite at a time. This is how you approach this whole process. You're not going to go from a C/D student to a straight A student tomorrow, but you can begin the process. And one way to do that is to surround yourself with supportive people. People seem to struggle with understanding this basic diagram. They want to fix some kind of bad behavior, but they don't understand their behavior comes from the desire. Your desires, what you desire is what you end up doing and acting on. And your desires are driven by your thoughts. What you think about all the time is what you desire. And what you think about are your influences, what you consume on social media or the friends that you have. Surround yourself with supportive people and informed people. They will be your influences, which will drive your thoughts, drive your desires, and drive your behavior. It matters. Develop your strengths and your weaknesses. Students tell me all the time, I'm not good at that. I don't like to read. I'm not good at reading. I'm not good at writing. Well, great. There's a lot of things I'm not good at. But you got to develop your strengths and your weaknesses. That's an opportunity when you're not good at something to get better at something. It doesn't mean you have to do it all the time. Work at it. Develop it. Be goal-oriented. It's focus on reaching a specific objective or accomplishing a task. Have a wide variety of goals, both short-term and long-term. Successful people have goals. A wide variety of goals, from health goals and social goals and educational goals and personal goals, short-term and long-term. And in your work, in your thinking, and this is unfortunately for teachers, they don't do this, so many teachers, spend as much time on the top half of Bloom's taxonomy as the bottom half. So many classrooms I've been in, the assignments, the work they have students do, dwells at the bottom of Bloom's taxonomy. They want students to do nothing but recall facts or explain some basic ideas. That's okay to do that too, but you also have to spend time at the top half of that pyramid. You got to draw connections. You have to analyze and justify a stand and create new original work and add to the body of learning. Spend as much time as you do in the top half as the bottom half, both as teachers and students. So now what? Well, this isn't an event like a birthday party. This is not an event. This is a journey. And it's a long one. It's a lifelong one. Lifelong learning. To be on this journey, there are things you need to know and things you need to do. But the essence of this journey is a heart change. You have to develop a new attitude. Make this year your best year ever and make next year even better. So, evidence that you're on this path? Review all your assignments if you're a student and activities and big shows for each unit, even items that aren't required. Review them. Keep the teacher informed of progress and challenges. Keep your boss informed. Help others. Learning is a collaborative activity. It's not done in isolation. Share creative ideas. And complete your responsibilities on time. And that's your big show on lifelong learning.